Good morning. Morning. Is there a link I can send or do I have to go to YouTube? I'm currently on StreamYard. There's a referral link. It says need to StreamYard. No. Not a referral link. I guess I'll just have to go to YouTube and grab the link. Do that now. For everybody in, I just washed my hair. I mean, I did wash it earlier in the week, so this wasn't a very thorough wash. I just like did a quick little wash and I conditioned it. I didn't condition it last time, so I conditioned it so I can go ahead and curl it. I like to make sure that I do a little extra for my moisturizing when I curl my hair, because when I curl my hair, I don't spray my hair as often. I don't mist it. I don't moisturize my hair essentially. I don't moisturize my hair like I normally would because it's in curls. I don't want to lose my curls. Um, and if you're in here, could you leave me a comment? Let me know that you can hear me, see me, and all that, because I know my internet has been acting a fool. Can you guys hear me, see me? Hi, Akelia. Hey, Casey, Sunshine. How you? Happy 50th anniversary. Congrats, girl. Proud of you. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Akelia. Are you able to hear me well? Let's make sure that I'm not having connection issues. Okay, Angela. Thank you, Angela. How you doing? Because it says my internet is low, and ever since like 2 days ago, my internet has been in and out. Spectrum has been telling me there's been outages over here, so that sucks. So but I'm gonna try to send this link to my email list at least so they can join if they want to. I know it's Saturday morning. People may not be you know up, or maybe they're out enjoying their weekend. But for those of you who would like to chat with me while I do my hair, I am appreciative. Okay, is this a link? Okay, perfect. Okay, let me just send this email real quick to my email list. And if there's anything that you guys want to talk about in particular, it doesn't have to be hair related. It can be about anything, but if it's about hair, that's cool too. Just leave me a comment and let me know. It really helps, these lives go smoothly when I get your input on what you guys want to talk about. So I'm definitely welcome to your suggestions. And happy 15th anniversary to me. I'm gonna keep saying that. You know what? For the rest of the year, I'll be talking about my 15th anniversary because we have some cool things coming. I don't want to announce yet because it's near ready. I would love for it to have been ready in time for my anniversary, but I started the planning too late. Um, it is what it is. Okay. Uh, yes, hear you live and clear, loud and clear. You sound good. Thank you. Perfect. So let's just hope that the internet, serves me well for the duration of this live. And I'm just letting my hair soak in some of this water before I go ahead and start curling. So I'm gonna just sip on my coffee. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I noticed that it does make for a better live when I'm drinking some coffee. Also, just in general, like if I have anything that I need to do that involves other people, I'm just better with coffee. I'm naturally just a really chill, laid back person, but I'm a lot more like personable. I mean, I think I'm always personable, but I'm a lot more with a little coffee. And this is like light, like this is a latte. But when it comes to applying the rollers, you want to make sure that your hair isn't dripping wet. If your hair is dripping wet, it's gonna be really hard for your hair to dry. So you want to be considerate of that. Um, Kenny says, "Hi Keisha, I can hear. This is Starter Locks 38. Hi Starter Locks. Yes, Starter Locks 38 from IG. You know, I wanted to go live on Instagram too. I think I will. Let me start up the Instagram. I'll go live at the same time. You know, was it feed two birds with one scone? You know, they say don't say kill two birds with one stone anymore. That's, you know, anti animal. Shout outs to PETA. Just kidding. I don't. We're not gonna get into that. Let me see. Curling my locks. Curling my locks. Okay. Let me put this on my little tripod. So you guys know I don't come live very, very often. If you ever have any questions, it's a great time to ask while I'm live, or if there's anything you want to talk about, period. You know, let's get into it. Okay, so my tripod. Let's go. Oh, my curlers are right here. Guess what kind of curls I'm making today? Can you guess? Can you guess? Perm rod curls. Perm rod curls. Guessed it. Okay, wait, let me plug my computer in. Hey, everybody coming in on IG. I am about to do a curl set. I just took the towel off of my hair. And if you guys want a better view, you guys can head over to YouTube. If you want a better view, you can head over to YouTube. But before I go ahead and apply the rollers, I'm going to seal in that moisture with my horsetail. I think I'm going to use a horsetail. Yeah, I've been reserving the urban lime oil for my body these days because I just really like the way it makes my body smell. It was so good to meet you at Hebs in New Jersey. Oh, thank you, Sabret Rose. I'm so happy to have met you too. That was such a fun event. That was such a fun event. And I'm not going to use too much product this time because I did do a deep condition, so my hair is pretty good and moisturized. But I'm going to just seal a little bit of moisture on, especially on my roots, because I'm not going to be doing a twist with this curl set. I don't really like to do retwists with my curl set, so I just want to make sure that my roots do get some TLC. Kenya says, do I have to store the rose water moisturizer in the refrigerator? I still have the refill bottle, and I had it for a couple of months. I'm assuming you didn't open the bottle yet. You should be okay, but I do recommend storing rose water in the fridge for extended shelf life. And that's detailed in the product description of the rose water. It's completely organic, so take that into consideration and store it in the fridge. Good morning, Nunley. Hi, MMB 712. Akelia says, wait, what we use our hair oil on our body? Didn't know that. Akelia, the urban lime oil is the only oil that I have that I recommend using on your body as well. The lime oil is a hair and body oil. The horsetail oil, which I'm using now, is not for your body. It's just for your hair. The emo your body is just for your scalp. Good morning, Carolyn. Hi, the Universal Garden. Hi, everybody coming in. All right. So yeah, I don't want to do too much. I just put a little bit on the length of my hair. My locks are 15 years old, so shout outs to me again. I'm gonna keep saying that all year, all year until they turn 16. So I'm gonna have a sweet 16 for my locks. I'm just kidding. Am I kidding? Am I kidding? I don't know. Wait, did I send that email? Did it go? I didn't get it on my phone. Did it send? It must have sent because it says it sent. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to, during the process of me putting the curlers in, my hair is absolutely going to start to dry out. So I'm going to use the rose water moisturizer at that point to remist my hair. But then we good. We should be good. So I'm going to be doing 2 locks per roller because I do not want to be doing this all day. Granted, I know the curls will come out a lot more uniformed and neater, and they will probably dry faster if I did 1 roller per lock. However, I intend on sleeping on these rollers, so I do prioritize my comfort and over anything else. That's something that I've learned about myself, especially in my 30s. Comfort comes first. Okay. So I'm the type of person, I'm going to spend a little bit more for my comfort. And I'm going to, go out of my way for my comfort. If I want curls so bad that I got to put uncomfortable perm rods in my head to get them, I'm going to do whatever I can to make it most comfortable as possible. So I get to use half the amount of the rollers. Therefore, I have a more comfortable rest when I sleep. So there's that. So 2 locks per rod. And I am rolling them on. And I really wanted the first style that I did on year 15 to be curls because I'm the curl girl. Yeah, that's what I'm pretty known for. My curl sets. Back in the day, I used to be known for my red locks, but I had to get rid of those. And now I'm the curl girl. Especially since I did cut off that foot of my hair. Since I cut off a foot of my hair, it's been more it's been easier for me to achieve curls. When my hair was like thighs, I didn't feel like myself anymore because I couldn't curl my hair. I just couldn't. Like perm rods weren't big enough for my hair, and perm rods is my favorite type of curl. Right? So I feel a lot more myself when I have a big voluminous curl set in. And I'm going to go see BA next weekend. And I just feel like she wants to see me in curls. You know what I mean? So I'm doing this curl set for Beyonce. So, I could make her satisfied. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce fans so delusional, right? It's so delusional. Okay. But yeah, I really don't know what I'm gonna wear. I had put that post up for you guys to help me choose my outfit, and honestly, it's giving Taylor Swift. It's all giving Taylor Swift. So I have to figure out something else I'm gonna wear that's gonna give more B. Those of you coming on Instagram, if you guys want a better perspective, you guys can come on to YouTube. Just search my name on YouTube, and you can get a better point of view. So I'm gonna pin that in the comments. Join me on YouTube for a better POV. Cool. But yes, actually, doing this 2 at a time is going to really shorten this process for me. And I'm very appreciative of that. I do have to work on getting you guys orders out. I have a bunch of packages I need to catch up on. It's 11 o'clock. I'm not going to be able to make it to the post office today. Post office closes at 1 on Saturdays. But I'll make sure to have a whole bunch of packages ready to go on Monday so that I can catch up on the pre-orders so that I could even start the current orders because I'm still in the pre-order process right now. Angela says, should you keep aloe in your spray bottle? Should you keep aloe in your spray bottle? Must it be kept in the fridge also? Absolutely. It's gotta go in the fridge. If you want to put aloe in your spray bottle, you want to keep it, will um it will go rancid. It'll rot, or whatever is the appropriate term to use. It's gonna go bad for sure. And yeah, and it will smell bad. For those of you who did not know or forgot, our products ship once a month now. Well, they our products drop once a month now. So right now we're in the drop, the 15th through the 18th every month. We have products available for purchase. Every other time of the month, it's all pre-order. But now you're in the time where you can shop. So head over to KeishaCharmaine.com. I have the link down below. If you're on Instagram, the link is in my bio. And you can head over to my shop and grab your products now. Claim them now while you can shipping. Otherwise, you can have to wait a month. So I'm going to be reminding y'all every so often. Every so often. All right. So I like to make sure that it's really tight and taut. And that's really a tip for long lasting curls. Apply them really tight and firm. Because when they're nice and firm, they dry properly. You have to make sure they dry properly. But I didn't mean to say dry properly. When they're nice and firm, they create a more lasting curl. That's what I meant to say. But you have to make sure that they dry properly in order for that curl to be nice and strong, I guess. Hi, Fatso. Good morning. Good morning to Seattle. What time is it in Seattle right now? Like, is it like 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock in Seattle? You're up early on a Saturday. If it is 8. 8:15. I literally just woke up. Okay. Yes, you woke up and checked your phone. That's a bad habit. Well, I guess sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know what you got going on, but I try my best not to check my phone as soon as I wake up. I notice my days go so much better when I don't look at my phone right when I wake up. Does anybody else do that? If you guys don't do that, I do recommend it. I highly recommend it. Taking a break from ways, because sometimes first thing you see is some emails, somebody asking for money, and by that I mean like bills. Somebody asking for money, or some nonsense news, some news that don't even really have nothing to do with you directly. You know, it's annoying. Yeah, so I try to work on my mindset first thing in the morning. Okay, you guys didn't see that, but my perm rod just popped, and I'm gonna try to fix it because I don't like to be low on perm rods. Uh, I'll save it and maybe I'll fix it later if I need to, but the show must go on. Found another one. Hopefully this doesn't pop. You guys know how I do this. I'll show you a close up on YouTube. So here are my ends, and here's the roller. I like to start at the base of the roller closest to the rubber band, and I wrap it so that my lock overlaps the end, which keeps it secure. Once it's been secured, I continue to wrap the lock along the roller as close to the lock as possible. So there's no gaps. You notice there's no gaps. You can't see any orange throughout. And I just like to wrap like that. And then I just pinch and squeeze down. Make room for as much of the roller as I possibly can. Pinch and squeeze. And sometimes what that means is I have to overlap my lock with my lock because my locks are just long like that. So I have to do that. And then go ahead and cap it. Boom. Boom. If you're watching, please remember to engage so I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. Remember to ask your questions. I don't come live there, so this is a great time to ask your questions. Or if there's anything you want to talk about, period, go ahead and engage with me. So that helps me to do lives more often when you guys actually interact. Otherwise, I could just be making a video, filming it, and then posting it later. But I wanted to be able to interact with you guys. So definitely to me. Talk to me. And I know it's early. I know it's early, y'all. But I need to get my curls done. Or I need to get my hair set in the curls as soon as possible so I can start the drying process because I need these curls to be out by Monday morning. And while I'm not retwisting all of my hair, I want like certain locks to be a little bit more groomed, I'll say. This is gonna be tough. These two need to go on the same roller, but look at the length difference. Can you guys see the length difference? Hi, Amina. Missed your lives. Hey, girl. Hey, hey. You know I'm trying to go live more often, but one thing's for sure, I'm always gonna be live during my product drops. So my products drops from the 15th through the 18th. So if I'm not going live any other time, I'm definitely going live during product drops. So remember, head over to my shop, charmaine.com, and grab your products. Your horse leaf growth oil, which is what I've used to massage my scalp and strengthen my strands. And you can also get the rose water moisturizer, emu oil growth drops, and more. So when my locks are like uneven like this, I definitely have to do some overlapping. We'll do a lot of overlapping. Thank you, Angela. So if you guys want to see this, head over to YouTube, same name on Instagram, on YouTube, because I can't show you guys at the same time. So I'm going to show you how I wrap it. So I'm going to focus on the shorter one. So I'm going to start at the base, just like I did before when the two were even. And now I'll go ahead and wrap. So now that it's stuck in place, or not stuck, it's secured in place, I take the rest, and I just wrap it around as I wrap the rest of my hair over it. So that makes sense, right? You guys can see what I'm doing? So sometimes overlapping, it just happens. I mean, it's necessary for me. This is my method. Everybody's not going to do it the same way. Everyone is not going to do it the same way. That's just how I do it. Mine looked strong for a second there. I got myself confused for Angela Bassett. I said, "Oh, arm, okay, arm." Because listen, me, I'm scrawny. I'm a scrawny little thing, so I saw a little bit of muscle for half a second. But that second flew by fast. Okay. Fatso says, outside of your locks, what are your favorite things to do? That's a great question. My favorite things to do? I like to write. I'm a writer. I also like as far as like hobby or like interests. I guess I don't have too many hobbies. I work. My hobby is running my business. But as far as like my and when I say my hobby is running my business, I don't mean that as if like my business is not like a big deal. No. What I meant to say is I spend so much time running my business that I don't really have too many frivolous hobbies. But as far as other interests, I'm really interested in music. I really like live performance, so that's why I was just talking about I'm going to go see Beyonce this weekend. I like concerts. I like that, and that's a newer hobby for me. That's for the past like 3 years. That's been something I've been into, like just live music. Um, I used to really be into dance. I was a classically trained. Oh, I should say I am a classically trained ballet dancer, but I've not been active in several years. I did try to get back into it, or I should say I did get back into it during the pandemic. I had bought some new shoes and everything, but I fell back off. But um, I was never the best ballet dancer, but I was good. I was good. I'll say that I was good now, and I did ballet for years. Um, oh, acting. I guess you can say acting is a hobby. Like I've done a few films that haven't come out. I've a few short films that have not come out. At least they haven't come yet. Maybe they'll come out. I hope they come out eventually. Um, but acting is, I would say that's as well. And I have done a bunch of background acting. You guys probably seen my little clips that I posted on social media of me doing background acting, where you can maybe see me like in the background in the scene of Raising Canaan or of Harlem or Power Book 2 Ghost or whatever. So um, I've done that, and that's fun. And that's for sure a hobby because that is not paying no bills. I mean, granted, it could pay my phone bill and maybe two phone bills. Like that, yeah. They have you on set all day for like $200, bro. And it's so is that something that you have to do to just really for the love of the industry, for the networking, for the learning, because you learn so much being on set. Like you learn so much being behind the scenes. Oh man. So that's the real reason why you want to do background acting, because it's not really for the money. Granted, I have met people on set who they're not really interested in the industry like that. They just, they're just like trying to make money, make ends meet. Like they just doing what they can. Some people just have to hustle or just figure out ways to make money. So I people who don't care about acting, just we're doing background. Hey, the King of Lock. Shout out to the King of Lock. How you doing, Cafele? Good morning. Good morning. You getting ready for clients? You get ready for today's clients? But yeah, so I guess those are pretty much my hobbies right now. Like I'll do the little acting here and there. And I don't want to say little to minimize it, but it is minimal. So it's okay for me to minimize it. I don't do too much of that. But I also do a lot of modeling. Well, you guys know that. So that's another interest of mine. And if I had more time, I would do it more often. Like I would make the initiative to like seek more opportunities if I had more time. Or you know what? I'll have more time. I will do that because I will have more time. I will. I'm very hands on everything in the business right now, and once I'm able to have more help, I'll be able to put more time into other interests of mine, like modeling. So I've been doing 2 locks per per rod, but the locks in the middle of my head right here are like really dense. And I noticed that when I do the 2 locks per rod, they just have the hardest time drying. So do you see these locks? They're like really thick. They're really thick and strong. Like in comparison to the rest of my locks, they're like a lot thicker. So what I'm gonna do is um I'm gonna do these one at a like 1 lock per roller middle here. Thank you, Kafele. I slept pretty well. I slept pretty well last night. So the skin is doing this thing. All right. Oh, and I do have a little concealer. Like let me not front. Like I don't have a little help. So yeah, so I'm gonna go with one at a time in the middle, um, so that it can dry faster. Kafeli, I'm trying to make sure that these curls are done in time for Monday. Okay. I'm gonna take these curls out I'm gonna take the rollers out Monday morning before you know what. But um I really just wanted to like do a do like my first official style of 15 years locks since I've hit my 15-year lock. Yes. Yeah, so for those of you just joining, I am live doing my curl sets. You are free to ask any questions, hair related or otherwise. I just want to talk to you. And the conversation really helps the time go by as I'm doing my hair. Sometimes, usually when I'm doing my hair, I'll like be watching something like on my phone or on TV or whatever. But I'm not doing that so that I can talk to you, but it helps when you guys talk back instead of just watch the process, which I understand you guys just want to watch sometimes, but please engage with me. Please talk to me. Talk to me. Thank you, Amina. Yes, 15 years. I hit 15 years on the 15th. I hit 15 years on the 15th. I think I can do two. I think these can share. These can share a lock perm rod. I mean, they can share a perm rod. I do have to consider I don't have too many perm rods. I don't want to run perm rods and then I end up having to use pipe cleaners or something. So ask your questions now. My hair is still pretty damp. It's still pretty damp. Honestly, I think I could have let my I feel like I could have let my hair sit in the towel a little longer because it does feel a little bit more damp than I prefer. I'm not gonna lie. That's not good. That's not good. I'm definitely gonna have to sit in my overhead dryer thingy. Well, my dryer hood thingy. I'm gonna have to sit in that a little while. McDaniel says, I love to see how your lock journey has been. Have followed you since you started. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you sticking around for all this time. Thank you so much. I'm doing my favorite style. This has been my favorite style. I could curl my hair. It's been my favorite. Thank you, Ghost Kissed. Thank you, Mystic Melanin. Appreciate it. Do I miss the red color? Sometimes I miss it, as in like I miss, the way it looked on me because it was just pretty. But I don't miss the maintenance of red locks. Like I'm somebody who I wash my hair twice a month. That's just me. And I've always washed my hair twice a month. Every 2 weeks I wash my hair. It's been like that since I was a kid. I like to wash my hair. I like to wash my hair. When you have red colored hair, that red is gonna fade. It's gonna fade bad and fast. So I was always re-dyeing my hair and like touching it up and touching it up when I had my hair red. Like I'm not even exaggerating. Like I would color my hair like 8 times in a year when I had my hair red. Like I'm not even playing. So it was just a lot of upkeep. That red was a lot of upkeep. And also that red, it's to me, it symbolizes a period of my life that I have grown from. So I am not going back to that. The black locks symbolize me as an adult. You know what I mean? I mean, I colored my locks black maybe when I was like um 27, 20, maybe 27. So I had already been grown a little bit, had already been grown. But I had my locks red from age maybe, let me think. When did I color my hair red? I would say maybe 23. I mean, I did have my locks red a little bit prior to that because I think that when I was in college, how did I do that? I think I played around with colors a little bit, but then I went to blonde. I did blonde for a year, and then after that blonde, I did red again, and then I stuck at red for years. So I'll just count it from then. So from 23 to like 27, I was red. So that's my early mid 20s. Like I was red and young and young and dumb and naive and stuff. And I've grown so much since then. So I don't want to go back to that. Yeah. But thanks for that question. Got me thinking a little bit. Um yeah. But yeah, red is beautiful. And I do love how like right now like the ginger color is in. I have had like gingery red, but I never like colored it ginger on purpose. It always came out ginger, like maybe because it faded into ginger. And I did like it, but like I didn't love it. Especially like I didn't really like the way it looked when my hair grew out. Unless it grew out a lot. Like it's just a little bit of black, I did not like it. But when there's like a good amount of black, it looks good. I hope that makes sense. This one. Yeah, this one's gonna get its own rod. But I was definitely looking through photos. I was looking for something, when I hit 15 years, like I was looking through pictures to see like which picture should I post for like my anniversary. And I saw some pictures of me when my hair was like a bluish. And that was a very short-lived period, but like it looks really good. Like I like black and blue look. I had that for a couple of months and it just didn't last. I think, well, for one, I didn't mean to for it to that color, and I think it just faded out fast. But that was pretty cool. Chastity says I tried the Manic Panic Vampire Red color, the hair wax. Ugh, a pain to get out. Loved it, but went with black too. Yeah, black is just simple. One, not only is it simple maintenance and simple to achieve, but black is beautiful. Ew, that sounded so corny. Black is beautiful. I mean, no, black is beautiful. But I didn't mean it to sound cliche, but black hair is mad classic. It is clean. It's who doesn't look good with black hair? I don't know. I mean, maybe some people don't look good with black hair. Maybe some people don't look good with black hair. But most of the times we're gonna look good with black hair. I've used hair wax too, but I've only used like the goldish hair wax for like a blondish effect. It was okay. I never used Manic Panic though. I never used Manic Panic, but I've used like a bunch of semi-permanent colors or temporary. I never really used temporary colors, but I've used um semi-permanent colors. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm about halfway done. I'm happy for that. But you know, I really did like when my hair was like a blondish, like I had an ombre. But boy, that was now that upkeep was something else too, because my hair would just be so dry, and it would just look dry. Even though it wasn't dry, it just looks dry. I probably should have just went to a professional to do that, because maybe it was just the way I did it, the way you know, I didn't know much, so it could have just been that. But as much as I loved the way like the certain shades of red looked on me, like I think I look best with the black hair. So like I can't complain. Like sure, I see all the girls having fun with the different colors, and I'd be like, oh, I miss that. But I look the best with the black. I look the best with black. Like I'm gonna say the corny cliche again. Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. Chastity McDaniel says my ends are still reddish color, ombre look, but now I stick with in brands. But you look out. Thank you. Burnt reddish color. I think I know what you mean. That's a really pretty color. Listen, honestly, like the shades of red. Period. My best friend, her locks are red. Right now, they're like a. I mean, she keeps changing them. The last time she posted her story yesterday, they look like she just changed. Before they were like a ginger. Now they look a little redder. I gotta ask her what kind of color she used. So I am on to the second half of my head. I don't know if I ever did my curl set from start to finish. Have I did a curl set from start to finish on live? I don't even think so. Okay. I think I fixed it. Okay. I'm gonna try that again. Honestly, I'm gonna try 3 with this one because these are really thin locks around the nape of my neck. So I'm gonna use 3 for this one roller. Fatso says, I never colored my hair. I don't think I could rock anything outside of my natural black hair. That's fair. I mean, I think you probably could. Even if it's just like a little color, maybe if it's just like some like highlights. But I understand as a man, especially, I get it. I get it. Chastity says, I love this process. I have seen the hair growth. I have fine hair too. So maintaining the retwist with the weight is my concern now. Yeah. I'm glad somebody could feel me. I'm glad people feel me when it comes to that, because oftentimes when I'm talking to people about, how fine people, how fine hair people have to, have different like needs when it comes to lock maintenance. Sometimes they look at me like I have 3 heads. They're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Yeah, trust me, we can't just not groom our roots like you guys. Like we have to groom our roots, or else they're going to break." And people think that I'm full of it. They think I'm just vain and I want to retwist my hair every 2 weeks, like I just want to. I mean, it's become a habit. Like I do want a bit. Not really, not every 2 weeks. I don't really want to do it every 2 weeks. I want to do it at least every month, but I don't want to do it every 2 weeks. How have your roots been maintaining over the years? Any thinning? I've never experienced any thinning on my roots. Um, the one time that I experienced some breaking at the roots was because I did my experiment where I did not twist my hair for, I think I did 3 months, and it was just an experiment because you know how people say, oh, when you don't retwist your hair, you get the hair thickens up, and I kind of just wanted to see how my hair would behave because I just didn't think that would apply to me, and I was right. But that was I took one for the team. I was a guinea pig, but that was it. I never experienced any thinning. I don't really feel any effects of weight. My hair doesn't ever feel heavy. The only time my hair feels heavy is if it's drenched, like if I'm in a pool, if I'm in the ocean, if I just washed it. So my hair feels a little heavy right now, but I towel dried it. It's not dripping wet. But when my hair is dripping wet, it feels heavy. But when my hair is dry, I don't feel weight. And I wish I put my phone on the other side because this is not my good side. My phone is right here, y'all. For those of you watching on YouTube, my phone is right here. It's not capturing my good side. This is my good side with the mole. The side is weird. It's okay though. Come on, YouTube. Watch me on YouTube so you can catch me like straight on. I think I look best straight on, but this is not my good side. Sorry about that. I'm subjecting y'all to this. Sorry. Okay. Hi. Hi. How do you say that? Mo HD? Hi, Mo HD. How are you? I've been on for 45 minutes. Great. I do want to come again live later on because it is early. And I know some of y'all probably sleeping or something. Because y'all are in the chat, but I mean y'all are on the live, but y'all are not engaging like I would like. Y'all are not talking to me. Y'all are not talking to me. And if you're not talking to me, I could be binge watching some Netflix. But thank you, Chastity, for engaging with me. I appreciate you, girl. I have thinning on the end. Some tips have broken off over the years. Thinning on the ends over the years. The struggle to find the balance between styling and maintenance. Are you are you are you experiencing thinning from um the color maybe? Is it the color? Probably my guess. Fatso says, "Do you watch anime?" Do I watch anime? I don't, but I have before. I have. Especially growing up with a brother. I have a brother who's less than 2 years older than me. So whatever he watched, I watched. Whatever I watched, he watched. Okay. So I definitely subjected my brother to all all the girly shows growing up. And he subjected me to all the boy, like action kind of stuff. So I used to watch like the anime shows with him. But what? I used to watch Dragon Ball Z like well into my well into my like teenage years. I was watching that stuff. So I get so if you make some, Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Piccolo references, I'll get it. But like anime, like the other stuff, I have no idea. But like I know some of the names of the shows because of my brother. But like as we've gotten older, of course we're not watching each other's TV shows anymore. But I've seen him like brother's like really into it. Like he's gone to like those like Comic-Con and like that type of thing. So I'm a little privy. Like um I have wanted to get into Avatar, Naruto. Um but yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about anime. I've seen hentai. I've seen some hentai before, but anime is no. I don't really watch. Inuyasha. Inuyasha was that a TV show or was that a video game? Inuyasha, because that sounds so familiar. I know my brother, whatever it was, he was into it. Maybe it was both. Was it a video game and the anime? I mean, and the cartoon. Yeah, I took it there. I took it there. Yeah, I've seen. No, I've seen some cartoons. Yeah, but what else? My mom screamed at me because she found out I'd never seen Avatar. She had completed the entire series multiple times. Yeah, I've heard Avatar was like just like really valuable. Like I've heard it's just like no, it's not like a kids show. Well, maybe it's a kids show, but like it really teaches like valuable lessons and stuff. But I guess, that's with a lot of things, right? But I've heard in particular that Avatar is really good for that. Hi, Lillian. Thanks for joining. Um, but yeah, as a kid, I remember Sailor Moon. Does that Sailor Moon count? The Sailor Moon count? I used to watch that. Um, what else? I can't think. My brother would have to remind me. Inuyasha isn't an anime I've never seen. Okay, so it is an anime. Inuyasha. Inuyasha. Did they make a video game out of it, you guys? Could somebody answer that? Because I feel like my brother had that game. If it was a game, I remember. Um, Queen says, I came in late and you were talking about a oil. What oil did you say is not for your body, only for your hair? The horsetail. This one, the horsetail leaf growth oil. Oh, it's going to be a little backwards, right? Not a little backwards. It's going to be backwards. But this product I don't recommend for your body because of the essential oils in there. Um, it's for your scalp and your hair. The urban lime oil, the essential oil in that is safe for your body and your skin. It's good for your skin and your body. So, um, yeah. Do you personally have any of them already, Queens? IRUZ. You have them already. If you do, that's definitely important to note. And if you don't have them yet, definitely take that into consideration when you're shopping. And definitely shop today or tomorrow, because right now is the drop time. So if you wait until after now, then you're gonna have to wait until June to get your product, because we release our products during a window every month, and that window is from the 15th through the 18th. Thank you, Lillian. Lillian says, I have no idea. I would have to ask my granddaughter. See it? Okay. Thank you. And no. And it's Zuri just spelled backwards. Oh. How's your mom's locks been doing? Or hi, Ame. Or I think that's how you say that. My mom's locks are doing really good. They're long now. I think they're 10 years old. They're over 10 years old now. And they're red. She has hers red. My mom don't play. My mother is gonna color every piece of gray. Excuse me. Mother's gonna color every piece of gray hair that comes through. And I honestly think I'll probably be the same way when I get older. I just, my mom, um, I'm very much like her in ways. So I probably will color grays just like her. You have a great day too. Um, Thank you, Chastity. You did an awesome job starting her off. Thank you. And thank you for the bless you. Why do I feel sneezy all of a sudden? Okay. She having fun, go mom. Yeah, she is. I just like to warn her, like, hey, because she's using permanent dyes. Permanent dyes can be kind of harsh, At least like sometimes use the semi-permanent, but maybe I don't know. How does this? If anybody has experience with coloring grays, do semi-permanent colors work well? Because I would like her to start using semi-permanent because it's just less harsh. It's just less harsh. I mean, what do you want? What do you want? Don't be weird. Don't be weird, bro. What do you want? Don't be weird, bro. You see why some creators just don't like, they don't come on live and stuff? That's why. They just post the content and keep it moving. Hi, Ab Kalu. I hope I'm saying that right. Hi, Ab Kalu. Thank you so much. And let me know if I said your name right. Um, I use Beijing only on my roots due to the gray. Oh yes, Beijing is a semi-permanent, right? I've never used them actually. I've never used them, but they're semi-permanent, aren't they? It's like a, is it like a washout color? Well, they probably have different types. They probably have different types. Cause like you know how they talk about like guys who use it for their hairline, they be like the Beijing hairline, it could wash off, right? Or they just being shady when they say that. I don't know. All right, Faso, thanks for joining as usual. Thanks for joining as usual. Make sure you have your breakfast. Um, it's a natural dye, not it's not semi. Really? It is permanent. Really? Huh. I gotta look into it. I didn't know that. Thank you, Chastity. I'll look into that. What makes hair a low porosity hair? Just curious. So porosity in general is related to the way that the hair's ability to absorb water, right? So if your hair is considered low porosity, that means that it has a hard time absorbing water. If your hair is high porosity, it absorbs water really quickly, but it also loses moisture really quickly. Okay. Carolyn says, I color my hair too. People keep telling me to embrace it. Not ready. I don't think I'll ever be ready to embrace it. And I think that's your right. I think that's your right. There's nothing wrong with aging. Obviously, we all are aging. Everybody has to age. If you're not aging, you're dying. Right? I mean, if you're not aging, you're dead. Right? So like aging is a blessing. But it just to me is so like it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's jarring. It's just so jarring how much the hair color will impact how old you look. So you can be 90 years old and you can look 60 if your hair is black. You can be 40 years old and look 60 when your hair is gray. So it's just like um I want to age gracefully, and I think everyone, you know, should do what they want, and it's always a better experience, I think, like mentally when you age gracefully. But like, we still live in a real world where like youth and just the appearance of youth is currency. So for that matter, if coloring your hair black is going to give you a little bit of currency, hey, I'm not mad at it. Yeah, embrace the gray. I mean, I think everybody should do whatever they want. If they want to embrace the gray, they should absolutely be able to do so. It's still beautiful, but it's just at the end of the day, it's all about your preference and what makes you feel good. If you generally feel good with the gray, then hey, I love it. As I don't have any grays. I've seen it before in my head over here, but I think locked into my lock because I haven't been able to find it ever since I saw it. Like I think like I did a retwist and then I couldn't find it again. I never found it again. So I'm sure I probably do have some grays. I guess they're probably just a lot and I can't find them. But when my hair does like get grays and stuff, I will fill it out. I'll probably say like, how do I feel about this? How do I feel about this? move accordingly. Maybe I want to color it, maybe I won't, but I think I probably will. Just knowing me, I think I will. And just seeing like my mom, like how, and my dad too, because my dad colors his hair too. My parents are in their 60s. They color in the latter 60s. Like yeah, like or pushing the late. I'll say they just leave in the mid 60s. I'll say it like that. And they're so I'm sorry. All of a sudden my nose started tickling crazy. But my parents color their hair, and seeing them doing that might be programming me to want to do that. His fave dark skin. First of all, your name is crazy. His fave dark skin is crazy, girl. Hey, I want to lock my daughter's hair, but I know nothing about locks. LOL. But I love the look. You know nothing about locks. So basically, where you want to start? Where would I recommend you starting? I guess I would explore the different methods that are available to start. So coils, where you start with using a comb to create coils, and they will lock up eventually over time. There's two-strand twists, where you can literally two-strand twists, just how you would give her twists, and leave the twist in, and they will lock. There are ways that you can cheat the process by using a crochet needle or by back combing. So I recommend starting off with learning the different methods to lock. MMB712, where am I from? I am from Brooklyn, New York. I live in Queens, New York. But as far if you mean like my ethnicity, I'm Guyanese American. I'm Guyanese American. My parents were born in Guyana. I'm first generation American. There we go. 30 days or less says some people are beautiful with gray hair. They look like a young person who dyed their hair gray. Me, on the other hand, just look old. You know, I have definitely seen people with the gray hair tell, oh no, like they dyed their hair. They just look too young. Some people just have baby faces or younger faces, and even if it isn't natural, sometimes like this doesn't look right. But that's more rare. I think that's more rare. I think most people look older with gray hair. I think that's my opinion, by the way. And I remember there was a time where it was like a trend where a lot of people were dyeing their hair gray, or like a silvery gray, kind of like a pastel kind of gray. I did not like that trend. I felt like it made them look bad. But that's me. That's my own opinion. They obviously liked it. So I support people doing what they like with their hair and with their bodies and all that. Do what you like. But me personally, I did not like it. I don't like it doesn't look to me. Fabian Killingsworth says, a user of both Lime and Horsa products, which are absolutely amazing. Locks are now strength and character. Locks are now strength and character. Happy anniversary. Keep the focus of lock livity moving forward. Thanks for your support, Fabian. I appreciate that. Y'all heard it? Fabian uses both the urban lime oil and the horse leaf growth oil. Love that. I love that. So definitely head over to KeishaCharmaine.com and grab yours. Grab yours. Chassis says, I love the aging process. Just waiting for the grays to come through in full force opposed to the small patch. Okay. Yeah, I wonder I guess I've never really observed somebody's hair go from like black or dark to gray, because you're not going to just wake up one day with gray hair, like with a head full of gray hair. So is it really gradual? Like, I wonder how gradual that process is. I never really noticed. But yeah, if you would prefer, the full force over the small patch, hey, listen, whatever you like. I want people, just like I want for myself, I want people to look in the mirror and like what they see. Because when you look in the mirror and like what you see, you move different in the world. Like, we are all affected by how people feel about themselves. You know, how people feel about themselves is not just about them. It's about us too. Like, I don't know if you understand what I mean by that, but um people tend to be people when they don't feel good about themselves. I'll just put it like that. And I'm not saying that liking the way they look is the only factor. That's not true. Like, obviously there's a lot of other factors. Of course, there's good, like, very people who are terrible people. But I'm just saying that's a little variable that doesn't make a difference. Queen says, random question, but if I paid you to start my locks, would you? No. Did you start your locks? No, I didn't. It's been so long. I've been watching forever. I don't like doing hair. I don't like doing people's hair. I don't like putting my hands in people's hair. I don't like putting my hands in people's head. I don't like touching people. Right? So I'll only do my hair, my mom's hair, and my man's hair. That's it. And I do my mom's hair and my man's hair out of love. I don't necessarily want to do their hair. I'm being very transparent here. I like doing my own hair. I don't like doing anybody else's hair. But I will do my mom's hair and my man's hair out of love and duty. But I don't like doing people's hair. It feels weird. I think it's an energy. No, I don't like putting my hands in people's hair. And I've tried to do it. So I'm it's not like I'm just saying this out of nowhere. I've done hair. Like, when I was in college, I was doing people's locks. I have started people's locks before. Started my mom's locks. I did 2 sets of locks for 2 different women, but they didn't keep their locks long term. Well, they didn't keep that set of locks. One still has locks, but she started her locks over like 4 or 5 times after I'd started. And then one person, she had joined the military. She didn't have to do it, but she cut her hair because she wanted to. Anybody else I started? Oh, actually, I started Daniqua. She's the founder of Lit Brooklyn. She has a candle line. Shout outs to Lit Brooklyn. I started her locks and she still has those locks. So there's that. But that's my homegirl. Yeah. So just in closing, I don't do hair. Chastity says, I have seen some ladies just dye their hair gray to avoid the salt and pepper patches. It's beautiful when it's all over, but I'm not ready. Okay, that makes sense. To dye it to avoid the salt and pepper patches. But I think I would rather have the salt and pepper patches personally than have it all gray. I guess that's just me though. And you know what I think is cool when people have, like, I guess their hair turn all the way gray or it's turning all the way gray, and then they just go ahead and like bleach it and then turn and like do some funky color. I see that a lot. Oh, I haven't seen it a lot lately, but in my life I've seen that a lot. Like, they'll do purple. It's like a pastel purple. That's fire. Kalu, is that your metal ring on it? No, this isn't the affirmation ring, and this is my right hand. This is my right hand. I am not married yet, but stay tuned. Hi, Siva. How you doing, Siva? Am I saying that right? I think so, Siva. Chastity says, I watched. Put up on these comments. Yes. I watched journeys on YouTube to find textures and ooh, my back. Ooh. I watched journeys on YouTube to find similar textures and knew as a natural my hair flourished in 2-strand twists. As I already knew how made my lock journey easier. Oh, I understand what you're saying. So you saying throughout a lot of your lock journey, you wore your hair in twists, like you would twisted it up. I think that's what you're saying. Like, that's definitely a very it's like a protective style for your locks. People like to consider locks as a protective style on its own, and they are to an extent. But yeah, doing 2-strand twists on top of your locks. I mean, with your locks, it definitely makes locks even more low maintenance. Kalu says, ladies from Guyana always be so fine. Oh, thank you. Hi, July King. Oops, you've got a man already? Yes, I do. Chessie's definitely with you on that. I do mine and my daughter's only months apart on our journey for 8 years. Oh, dope. 8 years. Oh, months apart. Yeah, my best friend and her daughter, they're I think they're I think they're at least one set of their locks was like a month apart. But I think my Ty might set them over again. I forget. I gotta ask her, but I could be if I'm right. I think I'm right. Then it's a month apart. Yes, to the comment on how to start her daughter's locks. Yeah, I think yeah, focus on the methods. Oh, that's what you're responding to, Chessie. I got you. Yeah, on the different methods, learn how the different methods are, and see what works best for you. Any neck pain due to the weight of your locks? No neck pain. I don't get any pain from weight. Like my hair feels this. The only time I feel weight is when it's wet. Um, yeah. Or well, I'll feel pain when I have a bun or a ponytail that's placed kind of weird. Like if it's really high or not high enough. If it's like right here, but it's not like right here, but it's like right here, it'll feel like it's pulling. That's the only weight that I deal with. Besides when it's wet, but I don't weight on my hair. My hair feels very light. And part of that is because I do wash it so often, and I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't feel. It doesn't. My hair. Well, I guess also because my hair is so fine that it just literally is not heavy. Like my hair is fine. I don't know. You know. I don't know. Maybe my scalp is just really strong. It's got tail. It's the horse tail. Got my scalp strong. I don't use anything else on my scalp. I'll try the urban lime oil on my scalp every now and then, but I use the horsetail leaf growth oil on my scalp 99% of the time. Um, Chessie says, yes, me too. Hard to have up styles for me. Yeah, like, I'm tender headed. I still have all these locks to go. I don't know if y'all know this, but I slowed down, right? Y'all saw me taking breaks now. Fabian says, salt and pepper hair patches equals lock character to me. I could dig that, you know? It's natural. And, you know, everyone has their own, not just hair journey, but life journey. When it comes to our hair graying, you know, it shows age. And with age, hopefully, comes wisdom. And it does add character to the appearance, whether it's patches or all over. But patches do tend to be a little bit more interesting because it's like, oh, your hair is only gray right here. Oh, that's interesting. It's only gray, you know, right here. That's interesting. You know, it does. Yeah, it does. Add a unique flair to it. Locks are already unique on their own, but it does add a flair. Okay, so let me chug the rest of this coffee. It's not a lot, and then I want to finish this grip of hair. I want to finish this. Forgot I had strawberries here. Carolyn, you are correct. People always tell me that my hair doesn't look fine. Trust me, it's fine. It is dense though. It is, I would say it's medium density. I would say it's medium density. It's not very high density. But my hair is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Thank you for the interaction and sharing this. It has helped me along these 8 years and going strong. You're so welcome, Chastity. So welcome. You're so welcome. I do this for the love. That's how I've been able to do it for so long. Like, so many people like cut their locks off, or they, shift their content to something else. And I don't have any like problem with people doing that. People tend to get so offended when people cut their locks off. They get so offended. They get like real indignant about it. Oh, you cut your locks off. You whatever. Like, okay, they could cut their hair off if they want to. They could cut their hair off if they want to. I don't want to. And I want to keep making a lot of content. So that's what I'm doing. And I've been doing it for 15 years. I've made some changes. I made some shifts, here and there. I make entrepreneurial content as well. I make DIY content as well, but excuse me, like natural, natural remedy type content as well. But locks not going nowhere. They staying. And the content stays. Queen Zuri says, I've started my locks over twice now. I'm 2 years in again, and I'm still having the same issue where my sides are super thin and the rest of my head is normal and that thick. Should I try sister locks? No. To answer your question in real short, no. But okay, you're saying your sides are super thin and the rest is normal. Consider that your hair texture on your sides might be different from the hair texture all over. Would you finer and thinner on the sides than it is everywhere else? And if so, sometimes the sizing of our locks should change, or that the parting of our locks should change depending on the hair differences. For instance, my hair is a bit thinner around my hairline and the nape of my neck. So when the lady who started my locks, when she started them, she made all the locks the same size, like the parts all the same size. But that made the locks on my edges and the nape of my neck, that made those locks thinner. So even though the parts were the same size, the locks were thinner because the hair was different, right? So I ended up combining locks to help combat that. So consider maybe you may need to combine some locks on those areas that are thinner. But I wouldn't say to start over and start sister locks for that reason. To be honest, I would like to hear from people who have fine hair with sister locks and see how their journey is going, because to me, that's scary. I wouldn't want to have sister locks with fine hair. Chastity says, oh, that style you did and folks thought you cut your locks. The comments then, glad you are still doing the thing. I'm not sure which video you're talking about, but I definitely trolled my people a few times. And I feel like y'all know me better now by now. Like, y'all gotta know me by now. I'm not gonna cut my hair like out of nowhere, especially like if I did, like I think I would probably give y'all like some real notice, like ahead of time. Queen Ruiz says, yeah, it's almost like 3A on the sides and this is 3C. Correction, 4B. It's 4B on the rest, you mean? It's like 3A on this. It's like 3A on the sides and 4B on the rest. So that's a big difference. But or maybe you meant it's 4A on the sides and 4B on the rest. I'm not sure what you mean. Either way, you see a difference. So that could be it. That could be a reason for that. The texture difference. Take that into consideration. And my hair is starting to get a little dry, so one moisturizer. I'm gonna start to re-mist or re-dampen. Hi, Mackies. 8809. What do you want? What do you want? I want y'all to know something about not nice. All right. So if I feel people being weird, I'm gonna get mean because I'm not very nice. I'm a kind person, but I'm not nice. I don't play. And I'm from New York. Y'all understand? We mean for a reason. People always talk about, oh, New York people mean. Yes. And we have a reason to be mean because people come at us crazy all the time. There's a lot of crazy people in New York. So we got to be mean to protect ourselves, especially as a woman, a smaller built woman. Listen, oh, I'm mean. And I love when people call me mean. I say thank you. Queen Ruby says, don't try Keisha, y'all. Please don't. I know I look real sweet, and I am. And I'm also a Pisces. That sweet shit will go out the window real fast. All right. I don't play with y'all, especially not no dudes. And don't let me no, let me not go that far. Let me not go that far. Okay. Cause of a certain time, make a couple phone calls, okay? But I've calmed down. I've calmed down. Yeah, I don't like when people say weird stuff on my live, and that's why I don't be coming live like that because this be getting me mad. When listen, I do what I do for the ladies, and I do it for the men who actually care about locks. When y'all come on here and start being weird about weird shit, like y'all being inappropriate, and y'all start to get sexually harassy, y'all get me mad. Listen, Ms. Lady, Ms. Liza, Miss, I'll say Miss. Miss says, is fine hair better with regular size locks than sister locks? In my opinion, yes. In my opinion. However, I am not an expert on sister locks, so I don't want to speak too hastily. Mackie says block them. And normally I do. Normally I do, but sometimes you just want to go off a little bit. um I'm very good at like not responding. Y'all probably never heard me go off on nobody before on live. I'm very good at ignoring and blocking. But I'm in the mood today. Three Empress says, hi, thank you for sharing your lock content. You're one of the persons who inspired me to lock my hair 11 years strong and gang. Okay, 11 years. Shout out to you. You're not far behind me, girl. I appreciate you. Oh, and Pisces, I almost didn't see that. Oh, my back. Wait. Carolyn says my hair is fine and medium density too. I have sister locks and my hair is flourishing. Okay, did you have Miss Liza Pies? Liza Pies, right? Okay. Miss Liza Pies on YouTube. Carolyn says I have sister locks and my hair is flourishing. My hair is fine and medium density. So I don't know if you're somebody who's considering locking and maybe you're considering sister locks. Carolyn works for her with her fine hair and her medium density. So that's good to know. Thank you for sharing, Carolyn. That's good to know because I really do not know. I don't really study sister locks or micro locks. That's not my interest like that. Fabian says I have fine hair. Get horsetail oil that has strengthened my hair overall, especially size and nape. Also stick to the product and cleansing / moisturizing. Thank you, Fabian. Look, we have a customer in the chat who is holding it down for the brand. I appreciate you, Fabian. And I've seen your name a few times. I know, like you probably left reviews on the site. So I really do appreciate you for that. I really appreciate reviews. That really helps tremendously, more than you guys know. That really helps. So he says Fabian is a assuming I've only met men named Fabian, so I'm assuming this is a man. He says, I'll just say they because I'm not sure. But could you confirm your gender? I don't want to misgender you. They said that they have fine hair and the horsetail has strengthened their hair. Horsetail, when I first studied horsetail and I first started using horsetail in my products, it was because I learned that it was really great for growth, but I learned how much it's even better for strength, and that's so true. Like, so before I was even marketing it as it was great for strength, it's great for strength. Listen, I called it the horsetail leaf growth oil. Like, I didn't know it was so good for strength. But then when my customers would use it, they would say how much it made the hair stronger and stronger. I'm like, oh, this is a strengthening oil, isn't it? And then I did my research more and I'm like, oh, horsetail is really good for strength, for real. And that's important for us. So yeah. So head over to the shop, KeishaCharmaine.com. The link is in the description on YouTube. It's in my bio on Instagram. Ms. Liza Pie says, I didn't know you were a New Yorker like me. Girl, you can't hear it in my accent. You can't hear it. Ms. Liza Pie says, thanks, Carolyn. Yeah, Carolyn. Mackie says, cheers for good info. Getting on the train in a minute. Have a blessed Saturday. You have a blessed Saturday too, Mackie's. Empress says, oh, and I'm from the Caribbean. Okay. St. Vincent gang. I don't think that's what SVG stands for. I don't know why my brain said St. Vincent gang. Tell me what SVG stands for. Is it St. Vincent in the Grenadines? Is that right? I said St. Vincent gang. Oh boy, I'm ghetto. I am ghetto for that. And what do you use when curling your locks? Oh, I'm using these perm rods. Ms. Liza Pie says, sold. It's my first time on your live. Oh, yeah, I don't do this too often. I really want to, but I'm just not I'm not a very live person. I'm a Pisces. I'm a very emotional, like, mood person. So if I'm not in the mood for something, I will not do it. And I don't always be in the mood to like perform because this kind of feels like performing. I'm talking to you guys. Like, you guys aren't leaving comments. You guys are not really talking back to me. So it's kind of hard to do this. It's not as easy as it seems. Like, going live and stuff, it's not as easy as it seems. If somebody else was live with me, like on a video, it's different. That's super easy. Okay, Fabian's female. Thank you for clearing that up. Hi, Muhammad. Thanks for joining. Peace, Keisha. I'm about to put on some sounds and get to washing. I got a bit of a late start. Okay. I mean, the day is still young-ish, you know. Somebody just placed an order. Thank you to Jamila. Thank you, Jamila Cox, who just placed an order. I'm not sure if you're on the live, but I just got the notification. Carolyn said, I also now use your horsetail oil also. Carolyn uses it too. Yeah, but I'm gonna try to use I'm gonna try to come on live more often. Maybe I just need a coffee to really help me to engage. But I also want to blame the coffee for my outburst earlier because I don't usually outburst on people. I just block them. But again, I'm a mood-driven person. Don't get it twisted. I'm very emotionally intelligent, and I got a lot better with my emotional control over the years. It was never that bad, but I was never above cursing somebody out in my life. Once I started cursing, I probably started cursing when I was like, a teenager. What? Once I started cursing, people started to get cursed out. And I'm talking about anybody besides my parents. Okay, anybody could get. Karuchi says is that Karuchi? Is that Yeah, because he has some threes and the E's, so it looks like I'm not sure, but I think that's Karuchi. Just recently cut my locks on Tuesday. Did you cut them off or did you cut shorter? Let's clarify. Yes, you're correct. I'm not sure what I'm correct about. Okay, caught up on the comments. Like I don't got this whole group of hair, child. Let me hurry up and finish this. I need to eat some food. Okay. This one, I would like to pair this off with another lock because I feel like it's not that thin. Uh, you're human. It's okay. Thank you, Carolyn, for enabling my poor behavior. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Listen. I just need somebody to give the green light. Okay. Oh, I'm only human. All right. Shoot. Who wants to get cursed out next? I'm only human. I'm only human. I can curse people out because I'm a human. I'm just playing, Carolyn. I'm just playing. Give me the green light. Give me just one night. Oh boy. What's going on here? Oh, my hair's getting tangled. What? Where is this? Okay, here we go. You're human and it's okay on the outburst. Yeah. Uh yeah. Every now and then. But also it gets like embarrassing, you know. To be like Beyonce, like you're not gonna see Beyonce cursing nobody out on live. You know what I'm saying? She would never do that. But maybe she's like has a fake page somewhere and she's cursing people out from fake pages. So maybe I should get a fake page. You see, when I'm on live with you, I'm thinking things out loud and I'm coming to solutions. Yeah, maybe I should make a fake page and just start cursing people out on my behalf, right? She probably does that. Hi Zenny. You prefer rods or braids or braid outs? Absolutely rods. Absolutely. Perm rods are far superior, in my opinion. Far superior because braids don't make curls. Braids don't make curls. Braids make crimps. And what's a crimp to a curl? What's a crimp to a curl? What's a crimp to a curl? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Listen. I'm a curl girl. I'm a curl girl. These are kind of thick, so I'm gonna do one lock per rod now. True, exactly. I mean, some people I can understand some people choosing a braid out over the curls over the like rods because it's easier. It's a lot easier. I would have been done if I was just braiding my hair and putting some rubber bands on the ends. I would have been finished with this process. And not only that, it would dry a lot faster and a lot easier. I wouldn't have to be super uncomfortable sleeping on it. So I get it. But as if we're talking just the effects, like just the results, I should say, then for the the rods. Carolyn says you can look at Beyonce, her expressions. What do you mean by that? You can look at her expressions. You can look at Beyonce, her expressions. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not sure. Does anybody have any hair questions or anything? Or any questions, period? Or anything to talk about, period? Because I still have about 20 minutes. And you know what? I want to finish my hair on live, but if the conversation's done. I'll end the live, and I'll probably end up coming on live later on today. I'll probably end up coming on live later on today, and you guys will see me with the finished curls. I mean, with the curl set, because I'm not taking these out until Monday morning. I don't think I have to go anywhere, so I can be in the house with my curl set. When she is about to go off, you can look at Beyonce her especially when she's about to go off. But when has Beyonce ever gone off? When has Beyonce gone off? What do you mean? Do you mean like when she's like performing, like in character or something? I've never seen Beyonce go off on anybody. Shoot, Beyonce, she tends to be really calm. I think she has a really good emotional control. Because remember in that elevator when Solange was doing her thing, Solange was the one going off. Beyonce was barely even moving out the way. She was just like, she was very calm and centered. I mean, she did. There was one point where she did kind of like step in front, or like step in between her and step in between Jay-Z and Solange. She like stepped in between them a little bit because she knew Solange wasn't going to hit Beyonce, you know. So I don't know. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure what you're referring to when she's about to go off. I don't know. Okay, well, I have been on here for an hour and a half, and I will probably come back again. So I really appreciate everybody for joining me. I appreciate you all for joining me. And I will be back later to chop it up with you. And I think I'll probably have some topics planned. Something that Jay-Z said. Oh. You saw her going off on Jay-Z before? I don't remember. But that's very likely. That's very likely, you know. All right, y'all. I'll be back later. Thank you so much for joining and for entertaining me for an hour and a half. All right. Everybody have a great Saturday afternoon. Is it Saturday? Yeah, right. It is. So have a great Saturday afternoon. And I'll be back later on tonight.